Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be on Chyna, Hall of Fame. So this weekend superstar is Chyna. She is a Trickster Hall of Fame card. Let's take a look. She has one link, the Hall of Fame link. Any color moves start with 4 more move points. She has 2 gears. They're not equipped right now. The first gear, doesn't matter which color, adds 4 more to gem generate. And the second gear, doesn't matter which color, trap gems do 100% more damage. It's the silver and gold gear. She is a coach all the way at 21k, dual gem coach. Blue and green gems do 20% more damage. Fantastic coach. Big fan of the coach ability, although 21k on Hall of Fame is quite the journey. I have 5 build sets for you guys. There could be more. She's super versatile, ton of combinations, coaches, trainers, a lot of stuff you can do. Really fun. So I just figured I would stop at 5, as that's plenty. There's also going to be a lot of different plates you could use as well, depending on what you're doing. So I'm going to have this strap equipped the whole preview. My cats are playing in the background, so you may hear that. So this will be the strap that's equipped. Nothing too crazy. Level 12 Fury. Max move damage metal, so you can see the damage on the finisher with the tier 4 maxed. Other than that, pretty standard set of metals. I will have 2 words on for this one. Probably no surprise knowing me, I like cheap shot more, but I tend to use that all the time. So I've got 2 words on for this one to mix it up a little bit. So there's that. Let's take a look at the first moveset. This is going to be available early on, should be 3-star. I will be having it set up to be turn 1 in feud as well. So you can do this turn 1 in feud. 8 MP black move, DDT. Deal 87k damage and choose 7 gems to make into purple. Running power slam, deal 100k damage and force your opponent to skip their turn for 1 turn. And pedigree, 10 MP finisher, deal 167k damage and make 17 random gems into black gems and pin the opponent. Entourage, we're running dual MP to get started turn 1. It's okay if you don't have that, then you're just going to be turn 2. Lacey is not ideal. Zombie Edge would be ideal, or purple move damage, but we are getting extra purple gem damage on the choose, so she's there. And Santa Hogan as normal. You're going to see almost always one of the preview, one of the trainers I use. Even if you only have him at 1100 gem damage, equip him, use him, he's great. All your gems hit harder. So like I said, Zombie Edge would be better for this, but let's run this, see how it looks. Again, available very early on. You're going to be able to use this. You might be thinking the stun's only 1 turn. That's plenty, because it recycles itself. So essentially, if you go first, unless you cascade or they dodge, you always have it on lockdown. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a 4-star gold female to go against on the road, which this is extremely sad. We should. I'm sorry, 5-star gold, so we'll be going against 5-star silvers. My Chyna is 5-star gold, so we're going to beat them up all really quite badly, but you will at least be able to see the damage. So 2 purple 3 matches in feud, and you're loaded and ready to go. And you can hit that stun. So they are then in a stun lock unless they have an anti-stun. So even if you don't finish them with the finisher, they're not going to get a turn, and this will recycle itself. Big damage on the move damage, 360k. And then we're flooding the board with black gems. Very unlikely you're going to miss the recycle. 550k, but they're stun locked. So if she kicks out, she doesn't get a turn, we get to go again. Damage isn't the highest, but it is extremely safe. So that's moveset 1. These are going to go fast. So we'll see a different variation of this without the stun later. Spoiler. So this moveset is a 5-star. It takes the trap gems into effect. This is the moveset that probably benefits the most from the gear, from both gears. So let's take a look and see what this looks like. At the end, I will probably throw the gear on real quick for you guys and rerun this build set and one other, so you can see it with the gear. I don't think I need to do two videos this time, because she's just as good without the gear as the gear. I think just the gear gives you a little bit more oomph on some of the other builds. So we're going to bring in both trap gem moves. Got the Gorilla Press Slam coming in and the Gorilla Press Drop. They're both 5 MP reds. And then the 5-star move is the Power Bomb. This one should be available at 4-star for you guys. Okay, so the Power Bomb is the 5-star move, 6 MP purple, deal 80k damage plus 22,000 bonus damage for every trap gem. Gorilla Press Drop, 5 MP red, deal 68k damage, make all red gems into trap gems. If broken by your opponent, steal up to 2 red MP. If broken by you, destroy 5 random purple gems. Gorilla Press Slam, deal 68k damage, make all purple gems into trap gems. If broken by your opponent, steal up to 2 purple MP. If broken by you, make 8 random gems into red gems. I think you probably get the idea of what we're going to do here. You could run dual MP trainers for this and start with the Power Bomb loaded. I prefer 1 and the extra red damage. You'll see why. So we're switching over to Sting or Butch for that extra red MP to start. And then we're going to buff the red gem damage. You can use Phenom right there, or you can use Powerhouse Roman. He's more common. So we're going to put Powerhouse Roman on for this, assuming I don't scroll past him. And then Typhoon for Lacey. Typhoon also a free superstar in the game. So there is that, and Hogan was free as well. So this is all, and Butch is too. So very easy set for this. Again, cheap shot, 2 words for you. Although I will mention for this build, swipe plates could potentially be really good with setting stuff up. I want to say, I forget the name of it. There's a red to purple, or a purple to red swipe plate. I forget the name. That one would definitely work because of how you're going to do this. You just throw both trap gems out. Order doesn't really matter because you're turning all the reds and purples to traps. Now, slightly board dependent, which is why the 2 words for you is nice. You're board dependent in needing a red or purple match. So you could also go more MP trainer or more initial gems on the starting board. It's very unusual you don't get a break of one of the 2 turn 1, especially with the 2 words, of course. At this point, that is exactly what I've managed to do. So there's that. Now we're going to hit a very big boom, which you can usually do turn 1. This is all going to be fast. You turn the whole board red, then you fill in what's left. And you hit for a lot. I'll run this one more time without the talking. You can see that did over 1 million damage, and then the second cycle, you have the trap gem damage move there as well. If they kick out. But I'll run this one again. Especially with the 2 words, it's going to be pretty rare you don't have something you can do, because that's going off 50% of the time, and you're hitting 2 moves, so you're likely to get it once, at least, on average. Plus, two different color gems for a 3 match is generally pretty safe bet. So slightly board dependent. And in fact, a lot of times, having more gems is not good, because you saw how I filled up the board right away. You run out of space for it. That's why I think the cheap shot might be better, although 2 words should be more consistent. And my cat is getting in the grocery bags. Of course, I say this is easy to match, usually, and I have managed to miss it twice in a row, unless a red drops in right here. A little bit late on the 2 words there. And you can see what I mean by less might be better at the start, because we fill the whole board up. So that's the one downside to running the starting MP or starting board, guys. And I might have had a red match there that I missed because I was talking. I don't know. That one I matched on turn 2, because I don't think I dropped anything down over there. The main thing, though, is I want you guys to see the damage output with this one. It's fun. All of her moves are fun, and you can usually do it turn one. Again, this is going to go really fast, so I'm just going to run one more. Why not? None of these builds are going to take long. She pretty much wrecks everybody. Of course, if you're relying on the Trap Gem move, Acro Dragon, who I don't have, is certainly an option here. You can see we have plenty of red choices. So you might think, man, you should do the 4 match, but I'm actually going to take the 3 match. I think that'll end up being more damage overall, potentially, because you see, anyway, we make the whole board red. So there's your Chyna and her damage output. Quite good. 2 words is kind of wasted, honestly. It's more just to give you more outs if you don't get your match, if that makes sense. Okay, that's enough of that one. This is probably my favorite moveset, even more than the stun, because I think it's faster. So this is probably my favorite. This would definitely benefit from gear, but you don't need it. And you'll see exactly what I mean. So we're going to bring the finisher back in, which we've seen, and one of the black moves, which we've seen, and then the other one we haven't. So this should be available at, I want to say 3-star with the black. I think the red is the 4-star, so this should be 3-star. I might have it backwards. Alright, so the move we haven't seen is the handspring back elbow, 5 MP black. Deal 68k damage, make all black gems into trap gems. Broken by your opponent, steal up to 2 black MP. If broken by you, increase your black gem damage by 30% for 4 turns. That's per trap gem. So let's get this one set up. We're going to go double black MP to start turn 1 in feud. So far, everything you've seen is turn 1 in feud with these trainer setups. That's why I'm using them. This one, I'll run a second time with Zombie Edge, buffing the black gem damage as well. But for the first time, we're going to go with Lacey because she's more common, and she buffs the purple choose. So as you might expect, you want to set up 2-3 matches and break some black trap gems when you do that to buff the output on the finisher. Again, cheap shot is my preference for this. You could use potentially, if you wanted, I suppose, eternal positivity, although I don't think you're going to need that kind of stuff. Personally, it all recycles, so 2 words, add a little more destruction potentially on the finisher. Cheap shot, keep them down easier. You're going to throw your traps out, and then you're going to try and set up 2 purple 3 matches, getting as many traps destroyed with that as you can. So these 3 look really good because we get 2 there. And let's just do this for the other one. So that'll get 3 trap gems for us, which is going to buff our black gem damage fairly well. So you can see they're now hitting for 31,000. And we have the 2 words out here, and we are going to do major destruction. Not as much as I would have liked, but still over a 2 million damage hit turn 1. This is easily my favorite moveset, and that was without edge. So easily my favorite moveset. That's 2 million damage turn 1, and this is without gear, folks. This is without gear. And you can run her this way for feud. And that's why I like it over the stun lock. That is some serious output of damage turn 1. And let's throw edge on, just so we can see it again. That was a nice cascade, but I didn't hit into the 2 words as much as I would have liked, so it actually could have been a lot higher. So there is that. Of course, your output can vary based on how many black gems you have and how many you can choose into. with setting up the finisher without pinning. You can be riskier if you want. This is a pretty nice layout. We should be able to get at least 4 trap gems, which is pretty good. And we got 2 words to go off at least once. So that's quite nice. We're going to make that and that. And that gives us 4 trap gems broken. I was hoping 2 words would go off again. Let's see how we do on this one. There's a little bit of 2 words action. 1.6, 1.2, and that's just the gem damage. That's not counting the move damage. So again, this is going to be really fast, and I like this one the most, even without the gear. So I'm going to run it one more time. Chyna's the real deal. She's easily a top 5 female, in my opinion, in the game. Some people might say, oh, you have to use 2 MP trainers. I don't like that. You can see the damage output is still pretty serious. Pretty serious indeed. Two words went off. We have a really nice spread where our trap gems are. However, if we take these 3, we're gonna cascade into that. And of course, this time the 2 words didn't do us a favor there, so we're only gonna have 3 to buff here, or we're only gonna go with 3. And because they're not good damage, I'm gonna actually replace some of these loot box gems, because you can do yourself a favor and potentially get rid. Of course, I cascaded anyway, so whatever. And there go my cross breaks. So no 2 words, but let's see how this goes. Still hits really hard. Even when things don't go right, it doesn't matter. Anyway, that's my favorite moveset. Next moveset, that's enough of that. Probably. And like I said, I'll put the gear on at the end, and I'll run that moveset as well as the trap gem set. So this is like the one we saw. This is like the one we saw initially. Except instead, words are hard. So except instead of the trap gem move that we weren't getting off, we're gonna put the stun in there. So we've seen all the moves. This is just in a different order, and so if we don't keep them down turn 1, we have the stun to rely on. Same trainer setup and stuff as the other one. So let's get those equipped. Going to use Phenom in this one. We used Roman in the other one. All right, there we go. We've seen all the moves, so we're just putting the stun in. Likely we won't even get to the stun, but there's that. You can see we have a purple match, we have a red match. It doesn't really matter. We're going to take the purple. This is better when it fills in like this. It ends up being a lot more damage, you can see, than when it just fills the board right away. So there we got like 1.33 million damage out of it. Everything is full, ready to go again. And that's really what you want on your output. You don't want to fill the whole board the first turn because you run out of gems to turn. So yeah, really strong, really good. And last moveset, shout out to Davey D, inventor and master of the tricolor. I have to do at least one tricolor build. So we're going to do that. Again, we've seen all the moves. We're just going to change the ones we have. Going to keep the stun in. We're going to bring the choose in. And we're going to do, oops, kind of some nonsense with this. We want to keep the Gorilla Press Slam. And we are going to choose into, we're going to choose into those trap gems. Just for funsies. This one is not really necessary, but it is fun. All right. Then I'll get the gear, grab it from my mail, put the gear on her, and we'll run the trap gem so you guys can actually see how hard it hits with the gear with 2 MP trainers. So it goes right away turn 1. And we'll run that finisher moveset I like so much with the gear. So we're just going to turn the purples into traps. And then we are going to choose, and keep in mind, we don't want to turn the whole board red, but we do want to hit. So I am just going to take these 2 and hope that that's good enough. And we're going to change these loot boxes purple so we get more damage if it doesn't turn red. You can see just doing that, we got a ton of the board already. But not enough. So I missed the other gems since there wasn't a lot of purple. So that didn't play out real well. I should have apparently chosen into the other ones. The stun is loaded though. And 2 words is going to potentially bail us out a little bit here, which is nice. Yeah, only a little bit. But we do have that stun, and now we're really loaded up. So obviously this could have went better than it went. But again, really powerful, really strong. Let's try this. Let's just, you know what? Let's not make the same mistake twice. Shame on me. Let's just blow it all up. Boom. There we go. All right. So let me get that gear as promised. I don't think we need to do a second video. So I will put the gear on and run 2 movesets with the gear. And it's going to be this one, except I'm going to go double MP trainer to get the power bomb ready right away. So let's grab that gear. Get those equipped. And do those last 2 moves for you, or those last 2 movesets for you guys. So you can see with both gears, we're generating 4 more gems, and trap gems do 100% more damage. That's obviously why we want to go to this set. Let's get those equipped. Not that one. So both reds and the purple, we've seen it before, but we're going to have them both charged. So instead of Roman, we will be using Woods. Okay. Get Woodsy on. Get our red MP on. And because we're making red gems, this is where you could use Steamboat if you had him, Acrobat Steamboat. I don't, so we're going to focus on Typhoon instead. All right, let's see how this works. You can see base gem damage was 22,000 per trap gem, but now we have the gears to go with it. So that's going to go up significantly. And let's take a look at Silver Chyna. So you can see now we're doing 45k per trap gem. Your mileage is going to vary based on your starting board. Again, order doesn't matter on this. We're blowing the whole board up after we hit the trap gem move. And we're going to have a lot of traps out there. A lot of traps. So let's see how hard this hits with all these traps out. So 173k plus 718k on this one. And now we are going to swipe and do massive destruction. Let's take the 3 purples here. And there goes the board. This is gonna be large. 1.3 million gem damage there, reduced down. So obviously it recycles itself as well. So pretty solid with the gear. So again, slightly board dependent. I'm going to hit that one more time, and then I will go back to my favorite moveset with the gear, which we saw actually manage to hit for 2 million even without the gear. Granted, it was a very nice cascade, but still. So one more time. So nice, you got to see it twice. Again, lots of reds and purples. This is probably going to hit even harder than the 700k we saw last time, just by glancing initially. Slightly board dependent with this build, which is why I like the other one more, but still very strong. So let's see how much we get out of that one. 900k. And that's without Acro Dragon too. So let's do the reds this time. Boom. And not quite as, didn't hit quite as hard. The purples were better last time, but still quite hard. All right, back to my favorite set, double black finisher with the gears. We're gonna run it exactly the same way. Dual MP trainer. I will do it with edge in, because if you get both gears, chances are you are a fairly big spender, and you very likely have edge. So I'm gonna go with edge instead of Lacey for this one. But Chyna's amazing without the gear, with the gear, multiple turn 1 builds. I don't see any way to say she's not a top 5 female. Again, the only downside, at least to this point, is the lack of the Hall of Fame tokens available. So she will be very difficult to push to gold for most players, including myself. It's a long month though, so maybe we get more access to those tokens during this month. That would make this month a lot more interesting for myself personally, and I'm sure lots of others. Because right now, if I get her, for example, I don't know that I would be able to take her up. I lack even the 4-star tokens, so if I got her at 4-star gold, then I could probably, but I still don't have enough tokens to push her all the way. Let me just make sure I have that set up right again. I don't. I forgot Edge. These flat gem damage coaches have been so amazing, and the trainers, to be honest. More options is fantastic. Also, this one, you would want to load your metal substats with black gem damage if you have it. For sure. But this is definitely the moveset that I like. A lot of fun. Not board dependent, really. I mean, I guess you need... well, it's nice to have some black gems, but you're usually going to have plenty. This is very nice. Let's go for those 3. Chance of Cascade on the blue here, I know, but I'm going to be greedy and try to get these 2 trap gems. And those as well. No, and then let's get rid of these loot box gems. As they don't do damage. Well, they do 2200 with Hogan, but not as much as the other stuff. Oh, 2 words went off. This could potentially be fun. Let's hope for some connections, because I think this could be a big one. We're now making 19 random black gems, and we missed the 2 words. That's hilarious. Even with the gear, that's as bad as you can do. Still hit for 1.3 million. Literally as bad as you can do. We're doing that again. Because I want one big hit with this gear. Because as you can see, I haven't even tried it without the gear. But also you can see gear isn't that big a deal for her. Isn't it nice to have? Sure. Do you need it for her to be just as good? Nah. All right, one more time. Okay, so far so good. That one can just stay. You could change others because purple's are primary color. I'm going for speed here, so, you know. All right, come on. Don't let me down, 2 words. Don't let me down. We want board destruction. No, so close. And we missed so many trap gems. This is hilarious. Imagine doing better without the gear every time. All right, I lied. I'm gonna do one more. Totally doing one more. It's hilarious. All the matches I did with this, the 2 lowest damage output ones, were during the preview and with the gear on. That's really funny to me. Let's see if we can make it 3 for 3. Okay, so let's do that, and let's do that. We don't have a good buff going, but that's okay. Don't let me down, game. Make it 3 for 3. All right. Well, whatever. This build set's terrible. Don't listen to Mherex. His favorite's awful. With the gear, it just gets worse. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this preview. Chyna is definitely fun to play. I would love to get her and be able to build her both. So remember to like, subscribe, and share, as that helps me out. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for watching, and good luck out there.